Neighbors described for us seeing smoke and flames shooting into the air around 5:30 this morning. We've been trying to find the best place to do live shots that the wind wasn't hitting us in the face or really causing some problems, and this seems to be the best spot, which is right here on the front porch of the Pinnacle Inn, which is where we've been live all morning. But you take a look into the parking lot, you can see just how strong that wind is whipping the snow around. Obviously a much smaller crowd than was originally anticipated. About 65,000 people who were credentialed to see the president speak inside the stadium now will not be allowed. The National Weather Service has in fact confirmed it was a tornado that touched down. We're not sure just how severe it was yet, but we want to show you a live picture of what's going on right now. You can see behind me, Charlotte-Mecklenburg police officers are currently monitoring who comes in and out of the Reedy Creek subdivision. All night, police have been dealing with two different crime scenes. The first one's behind us at this White House here. The second is just a few hundred yards up the street at a convenience store. This is the second investigation into misconduct in just 2 years. Today we tried to talk to people in charge of that investigation, but like yesterday, we were told they were unavailable. At Salisbury Central Fire Station today, fire trucks rolled out as usual, even though 3 firefighters were fired, and 1 was suspended following an investigation into sexual misconduct. The city of Salisbury told us in an email today its investigation at the fire department is officially closed. As we reported yesterday, 3 firefighters were terminated after sending and sharing an inappropriate photo. Another firefighter, Sean McBride, was demoted and suspended for 5 days without pay for not reporting the inappropriate activity. McBride is also the fire chief at East Spencer. We caught up with him today as he was walking into the fire station.
I do not have any comments. If you need a statement or anything like that, you need to talk to Mr. Sammons, the town administrator, or Chief Bob Parnell about anything that happened at Salisbury Fire Department.
Okay. Well, let me just give you the opportunity now because you are the chief here and you were investigated there. I mean, for anybody that may have concerns that whatever happened there may impact the safety of people here, what would you say to them? People in the East Spencer area.
Talk to Chief Parnell or Mr. Sammons.
So we went to see if Macon Sammons, the town administrator, would comment. We were told he wasn't in today. We also emailed him, but did not hear back. Yesterday, the Salisbury Assistant City Manager said he would call us back with more information, but we never heard from him. So we went to his office twice today. This morning, we were told he was in a meeting. This afternoon, we were told he wasn't in. We did receive an email statement from Fire Chief Bob Parnell about a 3-part course of action to make sure something like this never happens again. The fire department and HR will review the 2011 incident of misconduct to determine if changes made were ineffective. They will also review best practices of other agencies. And finally, create a revised zero-tolerance policy. And that process will begin on Monday. No word yet on how long it will take. At 5 a.m. in the cold, wrapped in Red Cross blankets, Rhonda and Eddie Lane had just left the hospital. They stood outside a shelter, talking to others forced out of their homes by last night's storms.
I can't stand to bend it at all.
Once the sun came up, Eddie Lane, with 6 stitches in his knee and a brace on his leg, slowly made his way down a hill to see what was left of his home.
Right here's where me and my wife was at after the storm was over.
They were inside this trailer when the storm hit.
We heard thunder and lightning, and we heard a real loud roaring, and the walls started shaking like they was going to cave in.
Eddie and Rhonda were in the kitchen. There was nowhere else to go.
I pushed her down in the floor in front of the sink, and I just got down in the floor with her and put my arms around her and just held on.
It's like we was tumbling, just tumbling. Just kept on going over and over.
I'm surprised that we're alive, that we made it.
The next thing they knew, they were outside, pinned between what was left of the trailer and a stove.
And it's like whatever it was just spit us out all of a sudden, just throwed us to the ground.
The storm knocked the trailer off the foundation, pushed it down a hill, and ripped it apart, scattering bits and pieces everywhere, even in the trees.
Found a little bit of clothes.
With their daughter sitting quietly in disbelief, the Lanes sorted through the rubble.
My son, when he was little.
Salvaging what they could.
But at least I got these. And that's what matters. I got something.
Eddie said he doesn't have insurance or a plan for what he'll do next, but he's alive and grateful for that.
God was with us and God had a hand on us, or we wouldn't be here right now.
I'm still in shock. I don't know when I won't be in shock. I don't know how long this is going to last.
In Burke County, Andrew Doud, Channel 9, Eyewitness News.
I can't stop thinking about how far away she was from him, and she started in his arms.
Grasping a tiny shoe, barely the size of her hand, Kim Werner told us about what she witnessed Sunday night on I-77. She was on her way uptown when she came upon an accident that had northbound traffic frozen for hours.
Suddenly, there was all of these cars stopped.
She says pinned under one car was Derek Summers.
So I was with him, holding his hand. He seemed really in bad shape. And I looked over, and quite a ways down the road, I saw this bundle in the road that just looked extremely out of place. And I ran over there, and it was a baby.
Roughly 10 yards down the road was his daughter, 2-year-old Liziah Summers, seen here in pictures taken when she was younger.
She was on her stomach. She was alive, in and out of consciousness.
There was little Werner could do. Medic had not arrived, and she had no medical training. But she says the infant was breathing, and that gave her some comfort.
I was just kind of huddled over her, not wanting to move her, obviously, but trying to keep my arms around her to let her know that that somebody was there. I was just talking very softly to her, trying to be calm. You're okay. You're being a good girl.
In an apparent suicide attempt, Summers ran into traffic on the busy interstate with his 2-year-old daughter in his arms.
It sickens me. I mean, I'm not going to lie. It sickens me. I wouldn't think that he'd be carrying this baby walking into I-77 traffic.
Liziah is hospitalized with what sources tell us is a punctured liver, spleen, and lung. Werner hopes Liziah makes it. She says she has to return her shoe. Andrew Doud, Channel 9, Eyewitness News.